All right, everyone. Welcome back to the show. It's I Quit My Band. How's everyone doing?
Great.
Excellent.
My name's Nate.
I'm JJ.
I'm Evan.
It's good to be here, fellas. If you haven't, it has been a while. If you haven't yet, subscribe down below, comment down below, follow us on Instagram and TikTok for podcast clips and comedy skits. Get the shirt in the description and subscribe on Patreon. $5 a month to become a quitter. You get bonus episodes every Sunday. We just watched Decline of Western Civilization Part 1 and 2.
Well,
it's
part
Part
2.
2. Sorry, we did it in 2 parts. It's Part 1.
We watched part 2.
Yeah, we
It
watched
is
part 2.
confusing.
and we split it into 2 parts.
Yeah, like I said in the last review, if you're confused by that, I will send a graph. I will draw a
Yeah,
graph.
even
and
Venn
though you just
diagram.
fucked it
I don't
up.
even know I
So I
fucked
think
it up.
between the two of yous, you could probably figure it out.
We'll figure it out
We'll
together.
have Claude make us a
Yeah.
graph.
We're talking about the metal years one.
Yeah,
It's all
yeah,
the
yeah.
hair metal bands.
The
We watched-
grossest one.
Yeah.
Is
and,
it the grossest?
No.
The punk one's grosser.
The
Punk
punk
one's
one is
real
all right.
gross.
awful.
Darby
Second-
Crash is
The second
Human
grossest
filth.
one.
The
Yeah.
punk one is like reprehensible. You're just
Yeah.
like, I can't believe I'm watching.
I need to
It feels
watch that.
Illegal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tonight's it's a big review night.
huge.
There's no way around it. There's no other way to say it, fellas. It's a big review. It's Phoebe Bridgers. New Phoebe Bridgers album called Lost Weekend just came out. It was on our, most anticipated of the year. I didn't even know if we were going to get a Phoebe Bridgers album this year. I thought that was just like she hasn't released anything in a long time. I didn't know if it was going to come out this year or not. It feels like it wasn't even announced that long ago. Maybe a couple months ago.
There wasn't she's capable of receiving a giant promo rollout, and it didn't seem like it's been that hardcore compared to what it could have been.
Hardcore.
No, and there's part of me that thinks that was strategic because it did feel like post Punisher and Boy Genius is the record. There was kind of like a Phoebe Bridgers burnout, I think.
There was.
Like, I think it was really smart of her to go away for as long as she did. I'll never forget. I saw the TV Glow, which was, I think, 2 years ago. And she makes a cameo. She's, like, performing on stage. And when she came up, there's, like, a bunch of people that, like, audibly went, like they were, like, over it.
Oh,
and
man.
I'm sure, exactly.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that all of those people are now like, oh, shit, Phoebe's got a new record
wow.
coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, it's more of like a she's alive. Like that's kind of like what it because it was like she was like the it girl for so long, where it was like she had Punisher, she had Boy Genius, and I think the EP for Boy Genius was also like not too far off from all of that too.
Yeah, I want to say it was like her first album, Boy Genius, then Better Oblivion, then Punisher, then something. But it was like a string of
The
just
record,
like
the Boy Genius
Yeah.
record. Yeah, and then she was doing I was gonna say she's doing something with the guy from Bright Eyes. That was Better Oblivion.
yeah.
There you go.
So there was like an overwhelming amount of
There was a
Bridgers.
Bridgers influx,
Yeah,
as
and,
we call in the biz.
and I was a big fan of Phoebe Bridgers, especially I mean she got me on Stranger in the Alps. When Punisher rolled around, I was excited for it. Didn't love the record. A lot of people loved it. I remember like coming around to it eventually, and then like souring on it again a little bit because it was just like, like it's just. I don't know. I started to feel like songs on Punisher were just songs that I had already heard from her. And I didn't know if it was because there was just so much Phoebe at the time or if it was like just, because she has like a one-trick pony type of deal going on.
I felt kind of similar on Punisher. I love Stranger in the Alps. And when I heard Stranger in the Alps, like the last thing that I would have wanted is like more gentle. Like I don't listen to that album and be like, I would like to hear these songs even gentler.
Yeah.
Like that was kind of the nice thing about it was how gentle it was, but it was still pretty direct.
Yeah.
And Punisher just felt like we were getting like even more down tempo and a lot of reverby and type of stuff like that. And I do think she is like very good songwriter, has great melodies that stick in your head, but there is something familiar about it when you hear a lot of it back to back to back to back.
Sir, can we get some more ASMR on these tracks, please? Can you turn the gain up higher and let make her whisper, please?
It is a lot of ASMR and a lot of like this like similar melodies, like she'll like reuse a melody over and over again. and like it felt like on Punisher it was like repackaged, in like a different. And I was like, oh, this one is kind of like this one on Stranger in the Alps, except it doesn't have drums, and there's a lot of reverb on the guitar, and it's like, and then it's kind of like this one that does have drums, and it's piano, but not guitar. And it's like, oh, okay,
we're all guilty of reheating some nachos from time to time.
Yeah, she's reheating.
They're still edible.
She was reheating nachos in a very like strategic way.
Yeah.
Yes, I think she's very smart about being like, I couldn't. There's probably a part of like the greater indie music sphere that would have been sick of her by now if every one of her albums sounded like Strangers in the Alps.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
like even Better Oblivion is like much more straightforward, but then you have like Conor Oberst to kind of differentiate it a bit. I was like the first boygenius EP I really liked. Liked Better Oblivion. Punisher I was a little hit or miss on, and same with the record.
Yeah.
Like, I just didn't feel like it was all there.
Nothing really stuck with me on the record, except for, like, The Satanist, that song. I like The Satanist.
I like $20 Bill.
I don't even remember that.
I ended up liking, Jolien Baker's songs more than Phoebe songs. Like, Phoebe songs would come on and be like, oh, I kind of feel like I've heard this one before.
There was too much Phoebe.
Yeah.
There's too much Phoebe going around.
Too much Phoebe. Phoebe overload.
Yeah. And she went away, and then there was,
It was like if only Lisa Kudrow was on Friends.
It's true.
It's way too much Phoebe.
There's so much Phoebe in this
Too
episode.
much fucking Phoebe, dude.
Yeah.
Can we get a Rachel Green?
Can we get Rachel? Can we get Monica? We're getting Phoebe and Ursula every episode. Just the twins.
I'll take a Chandler Bing.
I'll take
at this
a
point.
Chandler ep. It's funny because I have been watching Friends again. You
just turned off Vanilla Sky. You're like, let's see what Chandler's doing.
See what my
Chandler
boy's up to.
Joey's up to.
Literally what I did the other night. I watched Vanilla Sky, went to bed, and it was Friends.
That's cool.
Yeah, dude. I don't have anything. There's nothing
You're
good to
living
watch.
like the 2010s just in repeat.
Yeah.
He's
I did
living
watch
pod to pod.
I watched
Yeah.
Face Off last night.
What a fucking movie.
It's so dumb.
What's that
It's one of the
movie?
dumbest movies
You
of
never
all
saw
time.
it?
No.
We'll
Is
get
it about
into that.
hockey?
No, it's
We'll
not.
talk about it on the Patreon. Okay.
We'll talk about it. It's not about hockey.
That's where dumb discussions go to die.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, there like when she came back this year, and I did a reaction to the song "Lost Boys," and I loved the song. It reminded me a lot of like Tom Petty, and it just had like a different vibe. Like she had a different melody. There was like a key change, a lot of like different like ways that she transitioned from one part of the song to the other that were new and different. Loved it, and then I remember like getting all the comments, and like there was like it was a lot of like young women being like, the princess is back.
Yeah.
And I was like, what happened
Yeah.
in the years where now it's like she's, like a Taylor Swift type?
I was going to say, which one of you went and saw her?
I did.
Okay. You
But they
did.
were my tickets that I sold.
No. Well, yeah, it was. You're right. Yeah.
I bought tickets and I sold mine to Zach.
All right.
Me and Zach
there you
Bird
go.
went,
So that should have been your barometer, though, of like who your audience is.
Yeah, it was a mistake to go.
It
to
was
that.
Doc Martens.
Yeah.
Core.
But
to the max.
there was a period of time where it was like she was indie music, and then it
was-
feels like the balloon just kept rising higher and
Yeah.
higher. And then eventually
Yeah.
it was out of dudes' hands like
Yeah.
us, and the girlies were like, thank you.
And now
we'll
she's
take
at
that.
a wedding with
Yeah.
Sabrina Carpenter and Jack
Yeah.
Antonoff.
Someone called her Phoebe-a-roo. in the
Phoebe-a-roo.
comments. Way to go, Phoebe-a-roo. I was like,
That's when you know the parasocial aspect
was like-
has taken over.
Yeah,
when you're
where-
making up a nickname.
She's your friend.
it was insane.
Yeah.
Don't talk about Phoebe-a-roo like that.
Phoebe-a-roo?
That's bizarre.
Yeah. So this new one, Lost Weekend, she announced it. Lost Boys was the first single. It's a lot of tracks. What is it, like 16?
52 minutes.
Yeah, 15 tracks, 62 minutes. And the production credits and the songwriting credits are kind of wild on this thing.
It's the Avengers.
It is the Avengers.
And it's not even all music people.
No. Yeah, it's like...
What do you mean? Is like fucking Dick Buttkiss on one of the
yeah,
songs?
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
Dick
actually
Buttkiss.
Cordell Stewart.
Oh,
Cordell Stewart.
cool.
Jerome Bettis.
It's got some slack.
Yeah, a lot of the 99
A lot of the
Steelers on there.
99 Steelers
Lon
are-
Kirkland.
Yeah,
Jack Antonoff, Alex G.
yeah.
Well, we start off with the Harbinger of Death, and then we move on to some better ones.
Yeah.
Antonoff, Alex G, Bo Burnham, who I believe she's dating,
Yeah.
Cameron Winter, Damien Jurado, who is a singer that I really like. He's like an
Yeah.
older, like 90s indie guy. Chris Thiele, who's like a virtuoso mandolin player, Kristen Lee Hutson, Maya Hawke.
Maya Hawke, yeah.
From Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Uma Thurman's daughter.
She also is a singer-songwriter.
She does music too.
The other girl genii, Julian Baker and Lucy Dacus. And then also John Bryan, who used to score Paul Thomas Anderson movies.
Yeah.
He does like a lot of film score stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of people.
Stacked.
On this. And it was like, some of them were like writer. Someone had production credits. Some of them had like writing credits. It seemed like a lot of them had writing credits.
That's pretty wild.
A lot of lyrics credits.
Yeah.
But yeah, like a lot of voices.
Yeah.
Like Chris Thiele and Nickel Creek as his band did a lot of the string stuff.
Yeah.
Man, the royalties must be a nightmare for her lawyers.
I can't imagine.
Imagine
splitting up
that
bill. Yeah.
dude.
Now, I had a question. When I saw that, did you think... I had two thoughts about it. Is it like I've reached a point in my creative career, these are all these different people that I want to work with because I have the power to? Or is it like I've been away for 2 years, and I kind of went away because of oversaturation? We have to get this right. What do you think is like one or the other?
I didn't think about that.
I think if it was more of a grab for like attention or getting it right, you would have seen more obvious attempts at it because she is in the big music corporate machine at this point, and you would have seen Olivia Rodrigo or Sabrina Carpenter or like some sort of big pop girly name on there. So I mean, not that the people listed that you said aren't giant celebrities, but it's more like all those make somewhat sense, in there. You know what I mean? So I feel like they're trying to make the most cohesive, polished product, I guess.
Yeah. It's probably a little bit of both.
And they have the resources to do it.
Yeah. It's probably like this is my big comeback record. I got to make it good. It's kind of like Captain America being like, I need Iron Man.
It is an Avengers assemble.
Yeah. Like, and he's doing it kind of tongue in cheek. It's like I could do it myself, but I need my best bud, I need Antonoff by myself.
Yeah, I need both Antonoff and Alex
G.
Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Yeah, and I need my Julian Baker. I need my boy geniuses.
My boy genies.
I need my boy genies. Yeah, so I think it is a little bit of both. But it is kind of nuts to see how many people are like credited on this record, and like I always get confused. I'm like, what? Who's doing what?
Who's doing what? Like we all come from a band background, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's different with a singer-songwriter where like, every song could have like a different fucking bass player or strings player. That can get messy because like when we put out music, it's like it's just us 3 or 4 bros and that's it.
Well, the album we should probably talk about.
Yeah.
To me, like just judging off of the music video and the album cover and like kind of the way Lost Boys starts with that kind of like computer is futuristic like Imogen Heap voice at the beginning. I was like, okay, this might be like her glitchy album, Yeah. And in a way it kind of is, but it doesn't lean into that too much. It like tries to, but there's still a lot of like bluegrass and country and like folk songwriting on this as well.
It fools you into thinking it's going to do that because like the opening track and then Lost Boys definitely...
Yeah. The opening track Outside is basically hide and seek except with Phoebe Bridgers' lyrics underneath it.
Yeah.
Like when she's like, you should see the other guy. I snickered a little bit. Yeah. I was like, all right. Classic Phoebe Bridgers line with a robot voice.
Just this huge vocoder.
Yeah.
That reminded me a lot of... I remember putting a song by Great Grandpa called Kid that like starts almost exactly the same with like that really dramatic vocoder. Yeah, I kind of felt the same way as well. There's a lot of... I really like the production overall. I would say for the first 9 to 10 tracks, I think it's like almost... like pitch perfect. Like when a song needs something interesting to happen, the way that they implement it is really cool in my opinion. And I think that I can really feel the Alex G on a few different songs, like Kill Me, where she switches the strumming pattern on the guitar. and then it goes into that like real like dissonant like loud drum thing. And
Kill Me almost has like a Hurt 9 Inch Nails type of vibe, where it's like very gentle, and then there's like a, like, you know how the like it's kind of like that, except with like, I don't know, it's like this big pop that happens.
yeah, it's like that like inverted explosion that like sucks the air out of it.
Whatever the fuck that is.
Yeah, and I think like the times where it feels more like Alex G and less like Antonoff, because their aesthetics can be similar.
Yeah.
But I feel like Alex G's is like additive, like, you know, like when he brings something to a song, like texture and stuff like that. Not everything just gets completely washed out.
Yeah.
Like all the parts are able to live with each other. And then some towards the end, it does feel more like standard Antonoff-y, where it's just like so vague.
Antonoffian,
Antonoffian,
as one might say.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Antonoffian.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think like that is, I mean, I think you're alluding to that this album is much stronger in the front half than it is in the back.
Yeah, and I would even say like the front half and a half. Like,
Yeah.
like
It's long, man.
It is
There's,
long.
There's
It is.
too many
Yeah.
tracks on this thing.
Yeah.
in my
it's a
opinion.
lot of quiet devastation.
Yes.
It's just so
Yes.
only so long that I can
Yeah.
like be this sad.
Yeah.
I
it's
struggled
true.
to be engaged with it all the way through, just because there's like so many stretches of like lack of variety in terms of vibe. You know,
Yeah.
I would have preferred some more peaks and valleys as I go through, you know, maybe a stronger 40 minutes as opposed to 52.
I felt like the really only like big peaks happened at the front,
Right.
with Lost Boys and Bobby, which Bobby is about Bo Burnham, and it's like basically this very intense like love song that's like very loud, and it's kind of a rocker. And the lyrics kind of remind me of like Father John Misty, "I love you, honey bear." Like there's like the "what are you doing for the rest of your life" line. I was like, that's pretty sure that's like
pretty close to.
yeah, like directly off of Chateau Lobby Number 4. I'm pretty sure, but it was like it's like a nice song to like confess your love. I don't, you know, I'm not used to Phoebe Bridgers doing something like that, like a very like grandiose like love song. Is mostly breakup songs.
Yeah, sad shit.
But yeah, like, you know, like Lost Weekend and Haunted and Governor's Waltz, as much as I liked Governor's Waltz, like the melody on that, Lost Weekend, like Governor's Waltz feels familiar to me a little bit, and then Lost Weekend feels like what you were saying earlier, where it's like if a song needed something to happen, like it does happen, and that one is like, yeah, there's really nothing that happens until the end, where it's like this big like glitch, you know, weirdo thing that's like, I don't even know how to describe it.
I did like that, but yeah,
Yeah.
I do agree that that one comes in a little later than you would want it.
Yeah.
I like Governor's Waltz. I really like.
I like it too.
Like, let's see how long we can.
It's a
like,
good melody.
Yeah. Like Bobby a lot. It's like the most straightforward, sunny kind of sounding song. I liked Haunted as well.
Haunted has that fucking, you know, The Gambler.
To me, it sounds like a Dixie Chicks song.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it almost feels like a 90s female country.
The Chicks.
The
Oh,
Chicks.
The Chicks.
Come on,
Yeah,
dude.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Watch yourself.
The Chicks of Northern Aggression.
Chicks. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the one that Maya Hawke got a writing credit
Yeah,
on.
nice.
And reading that, I was just thinking of like maybe like Ethan dropped her off at the studio one day and was just like, I got my telly in the bag. Maybe I can just take a pass at it.
Maybe I could just give him just chicken pick all over it.
It's like, Dad,
Dad,
go
you're
home.
not
Dad, what the
Southern.
fuck?
I was in Reality Bites.
You're
I'm
not
cool.
a Southern guy. Yeah, Haunted has that like it has that old like what's that song? The Gambler by Kenny
Yeah.
Rogers, Kenny
Yeah.
Loggins. I'm not sure.
No,
which
Kenny
one it is.
Rogers.
Kenny Rogers. Yeah.
Somewhere in the Night.
Gambler. You know.
Yeah, somewhere in the night he
Yeah.
broke even.
Yeah, he broke even. Yeah, it has that kind of melody on it. But yeah, I think like for me, like after Panorama, like Panorama is an interesting song because it's like full vibe and then it just completely switches. But after that, like I feel like the next like 6 songs, I'm like, I don't really care about these.
Yeah, there's like moments. For me, Still Standing. I I do like how the synth like goes from synth to like more traditional.
Yeah, those
Like that was cool. But you've also heard some variation of
Yeah.
that happening. Liberty Tree was the first time that I felt really like I had been there before.
Yeah, Liberty
Like,
for me it is the Gambler again.
Yeah.
Except it starts off like it's going to be a different song and then it's not. And then it ends being Wolves by Kanye West.
yeah, and it's like so many times in that first part, I'm really impressed with, because we were even talking about it when we were talking about Punisher. It does feel like she understands that I write songs in a very conventional way.
Yeah.
And you listen to these songs, and they are very conventional songs. Most of these would work on an acoustic guitar.
100%.
But it's like I want to do something more artistic or stranger and push that further. And like the first couple, I think like the first 7 or 8 do it very well.
Yeah.
And then that one is the one where it's like it just like descends into dicking around.
Yeah.
Like production wise at the end, and it's like, why?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like every other song like really like found a place for the weird production in a way that elevated the song, and that one was just like, wow, we haven't done anything too weird. Boop-a-doop-a-doo.
Yeah, no.
going on.
That's what I felt too. I was just like, there's so like all of these songs feel like they could have been songs on Stranger in the Alps with, you know, just a bare bones like acoustic bass, drums, like that's all you really need, maybe some keyboards. But it's just like you can just, like I said about Punisher, like you can just repackage these songs in any, you know, with any production bow on it that you want, and then it turns into this whole different like sounding project. But it's like at the core, it's still like the melodies and lyrics you know from and the voice that you know from Phoebe Bridgers, that like most of them have kind of, I don't know, like she's reused so many of these melodies before. Like, not to say that she's, you know, a one-trick pony or anything, because like I'm not gonna like go 1 for 1 on a lot of these songs, but so like a ton of like, you know, Garden Song from Punisher, like I feel like that melody ends up here. Graceland 2, that ends up here,
And
know?
maybe not even the melody, but like the phrasing.
The phrasing,
Like
yeah.
I think like the way that she
Yeah.
writes her lyrics, they often sit in that real like even sing-songy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like moving through, I do like how Never Going Back Again starts.
Yeah.
Like it starts with that like uneven vocal where you're like not really sure where it's gonna go, and then the guitar and that like really fucked up drum comes in. But then it kind of just like descends, and then it's a voicemail from her dad.
Yeah. It's kind of the most like interlude track on the record.
And it has like 3 or 4 interlude tracks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Already.
Like that's, I think that's my problem with the back half, is a lot of them feel like sketches
Yeah.
or ideas. Like I would say that way about Other Plans.
Other Plans, I think, is my least favorite on the whole record. And then also Lost Parade, which isn't really even a song. I Can't Wait is one of the stronger cuts. And then same with, I would say, As Above is maybe my favorite song on the record, because it's technically like the closer in a way. It feels like the most like grand, and it feels the most different to me, and the darkest, and like the most that like it doesn't feel like, it feels like, you know, traveled territory, I guess, where it's like it almost feels like there's like an Evanescence vibe on there, where I'm like, this gets like, it almost gets a little bit like
With the piano.
and like how much
Take me back!
yeah, when she's like belting it, I'm like, damn, this is like heavy, you know, it gets heavy, dude.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, I think that song gets back to what the beginning of the album did really well, is like the sonic exploration and the production adds something to the song that wouldn't have been there otherwise. Like, you know, it's all that sparse piano at the beginning. And then they have like that cool effect on her voice that when she belts, it gets like more distorted.
Yeah.
And there's like those big drops. Like that's where that like really weird production is more than just like we're exploring
We're just gonna
the space.
add it in on the end. Yeah.
Yeah, we're just gonna put this like little chunk here for vibe. It's like, no, it's adding something to the song.
A lot of the songs like end abruptly too.
Yeah,
like
they
it
do.
makes me think that like my internet fucked up when I was streaming the songs or whatever. It just kind of you mentioned something like this earlier. Like you kind of, and this is for some an insult, for some artists an insult, but it's not for her. But like with Phoebe Bridgers, you know what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
You know, and this is just like kind of more of that. Like, you know, there's like some not borrowed melodies, but like there's things that you've heard before.
Yeah.
And like she's taking like on this album, it sounds like she's taking like the tiniest little baby steps to like something new and different with like the smattering of synths or like some weird sounds or whatever. But at the end of the day, like 95% of it is still the same vibe and shit from before, except now she's like in love as opposed to heartbroken.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of this album, like, you know, could have used, like, some of the songs could have used, like, some hooks, you know, something like a vocal refrain that, like, was more grandiose. Like Never Going Back is, like, a great vocal refrain, but it's, like, it's just kind of shoehorned in there as this, like, little interlude track. And then, you know, she's in love on this record, but it's also sad because I think it's mostly has to do with her dad passing away.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I would agree that, like, it's not. I feel like it didn't go far enough into whatever the, like, glitchy kind of, you know, television static essence that it was, like, trying to give off towards the beginning.
I would love to hear her try. I mean, not quite this hard, like dive into this hard, but like the creepiness that like kind of emanated from Billie Eilish's first album in a pop sense was so cool that like I would love to hear, because she's got like the spacey, like kind of like goth chick aesthetic going on. If she could do her interpretation of that, but with like, you know, in her way, I feel like that could be really cool and fitting. I don't know how, but you know, that's just kind of my thought.
I kind of felt like that she does do that on As Above a bit. You know?
There's like some of
bit.
that creepiness.
Yeah.
I would disagree that she has not pushed the like songwriting forward, because I do think that some of like I really think the front half of this is really strong, and I think that the way that she employs those different pieces of production are very interesting and take you off guard. Like I like in Kill Me, I was not expecting that whatsoever. And that reminds me of kind of how it works in As Above.
Yeah.
I think the thing that kind of hurts the record is that like side part one of side B that just kind of feels like sketches, incomplete, or like inessential. Like I think if you cut from Panorama to I Can't Wait, I think it's like a fucking great
That's
record.
exactly what I thought. Like, just get rid of that giant chunk and give me, like, the last couple, and you have a very solid, like, streamlined record.
Yeah, there's just there are parts of all of those like songs that I like, but every time I got to that point in the record, I did feel like lost. Genuinely lost. Like, I don't know if this is this song. Has this song started yet? Is this the end?
Yeah.
And I don't know if part of that is intentional, but then like you come back with I Can't Wait and it's great. There's like that constant pulse.
Yeah.
And then it comes in with that bluegrass section.
You got
and
Cameron Winter.
Got Geese Police. We got a Cameron Winter sighting.
And that's not even that's the second time he's on the record too. He was also on Kill Me, right?
You hear like a little bit of his background. He's like credited as like Son John Johnson.
Yeah,
or
he's
something
not
like
even
that.
on there as Cameron Winter. It's like, we know it's you, dude.
No
one else sounds like Van Morrison gave birth to a frog.
Yeah.
Frog Morrison.
Frog Morrison.
We know it's you, dude.
Yeah.
And we know you don't care.
What I will say too is like they both have very idiosyncratic voices, but they go together really well.
Yeah, I was surprised at how well they went together. Like at first I was like, oh, that's Cameron Winter's voice. He's kind of taking over the track. And then I was like, no, he kind of fucking like he complements it in a really neat way, you know? Like it doesn't just feel like a octave or something like that he's doing. It feels like he's, I don't know, just really adding like a new character to the mix, which I guess is Son John Johnson.
Ron John.
Yeah, Ron Johnson.
Yeah.
Long John
Ron John
Silver's.
Silver's. And like even more so than when she would sing with Connor, where they could just sound like two of like the same. Almost like they just sit in like very similar parts.
Yeah.
Are we ready for CA?
Let's see.
I think so. Yeah. Who's going first?
I can go first. I think
go
I have the
first.
least to say. I wasn't like that into this, but I also just didn't outright dislike it. I listen to stuff that isn't like marketed to me often, like that Olivia Rodrigo record earlier this year, whatever. And there's some of it that I enjoy, and some of it I can just like. It's hard for me to get into for multiple reasons, and this one is one of them because I struggled to like engage with it. Like I said earlier, it was just kind of like a thing that went on, and a lot of it's kind of samey same and like kind of chill to like a detriment at time. Not chill, maybe that's not the right word, but like lax to its detriment at times. And it sounds really good, and like obviously she has access to like every resource in the world to like make this a really good thing, and I think they did make it a really good thing. But when you become that big, you kind of like lose your discretion a bit, and I think this would have benefited from more of that in terms of the or selectiveness. I don't know what word you want to say, but like this could have benefited from being truncated significantly, because there was just, and maybe I would have felt differently, but I was just generally kind of bored by it. Like I said, I don't think this is bad, and I don't dislike it, but I also know it's not for me. So I think I'm just gonna land on like a 6 out of 10.
6.
Oh yeah.
I'll go. Yeah, I like this quite a bit, but I just can't help but feel like it would have been just a like 5 times better record if like they made better choices towards the back half. Like even if they moved some of these songs towards the front half and like kind of mixed it up, it just wasn't, you get just like this really big slog, like one after the other, until I Can't Wait and As Above come on. And like the other thing about this record is like I think it is stronger than Punisher, but I think Punisher also had like maybe, I don't know, like it kind of goes one for one. Like Punisher had Kyoto, this has Lost Boys, but this also has Bobby, and then it has a little bit more interesting sounding songs like Kill Me and I Can't Wait, but it also has like the folk vibe that she's kind of known for, like on Governor's Waltz and Haunted. So like you do kind of get a little bit of everything, plus a little bit more of like new stuff, old stuff too. So I liked it. I just her shtick kind of there is a shtick. Like the evidence of a shtick was there before when we had like Phoebe Bridgers Armageddon back in 2020, and now it's like you said before, where it's like
Phoebe Bridgers Armageddon.
It was really smart of her to like take a break for a while so people could really like miss her. But when she came back, I was just like, I felt like I was right back into Phoebe Bridgers Armageddon, where I was like, I know these songs, I know it, Like the big difference on this record is not her songwriting, it's not her lyric writing. There's really nothing different about that. It is the production. Mm-hmm. So, like, I don't know. The next record she puts out, maybe there's going to be, like, 30 more people on it that have, like, production credits and writing credits.
We'll get Ethan Hawke and Uma Thurman.
We'll get the whole family.
Yeah.
We'll get the other people from
We'll bring in
Stranger
Quentin
Things.
Tarantino.
Yeah, we'll get Finn Wolfhard.
Yeah.
We'll get Bill Hader, who played older him in It, too.
We'll get the guy that plays Krampus or whatever. That's Krampus. The dad or whatever.
Yeah. We'll get everybody.
That's a pull.
We'll get the whole gang, So that's just how I feel about Phoebe Bridgers now. Like, I have to kind of, like, reevaluate my liking to her, because I'm just like, I like it, but I feel like it's just this one thing that I like, and I could just kind of get that with 1 or 2 songs off of Stranger in the Alps. Like, I can listen to Motion Sickness and Scott Street, like over and over again, and like
Cemetery,
and Cemetery, and like never have to listen to
Demi
this.
Moore.
Demi Moore, the cover of "You Miss My Heart" is beautiful. Like I could listen to that record and like not have to listen to this, because it's just like that's what you get when you listen to a Phoebe Bridgers record. Like it feels like she's like a lot of people like oh, you know, you don't want artists to change, or you do want artists to change a little bit, but I feel like it's changing, and it's like it's changing your sound up in like this really specific way where it's like it's also not changing it at all. You know what I mean?
Yes, not the sound, but the formula.
The formula, yeah. But it's, I mean, it's very strong. You know, like I think it's strong. I enjoyed listening to that front half. It's just like, if you like Phoebe Bridgers, you will like this. You know, you will 100% like this. I'm gonna give it a 7.7.
Yeah, I think I agree pretty much with your assessment as well. That like the bones of the songs may have not changed all that much, and especially like there are parts where all of the production drops out and it is just an acoustic guitar and like mandolin and stuff, and you're like, yeah,
this is all I need.
That's Strangers in the Alps.
Yeah.
And I like that.
Yeah.
I do give her credit though for trying to push forward on the production end, and I do think that there are some like really successful experiments and a handful that aren't as successful. I was really taken by some of those like big changes, like On As Above, On Kill Me, and even the single, like what's the other one that has like the choir section? Is that in?
Is it Haunted?
No, Governor's Waltz.
Oh,
it has that like really operatic bridge,
Yeah.
and I was like, that's really interesting. Like as like, you know, not doing just like a key change or something like that. You know, dropping it out with that like very. There's one other part on the record too that does like the big voices thing.
There's one song too. It might not be what you're thinking of, but there's one song, I can't remember which one it is, that like has a New Year's Eve party. Like comes in at the. Is that on last weekend?
It might be at the very end.
No, it's not.
It's where she says we dance ourselves clean.
Yeah.
But she's done stuff like that even on Strangers in the Alps, because in Smokes, you know, she talks about the plane going over.
Yeah.
You know,
that was just like right in the middle of the track. Like, let's just put a party. Right, you know? I was like, wow, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. No, so like there are things about it that I think like really the first half I think is pretty strong. They are good Phoebe Bridgers songs that are presented in a new way, and a way that I felt was more successful than Punisher. Punisher was like bringing them in a new way, but it felt like even more withdrawn. Like Stranger in the Alps, she's whispering, and like you feel like you're like under like a fort with her.
Yeah.
You know? And then like the other one is like she's like in an orb very far away. That's what Punisher felt like to me. Whereas like this feels like she's whispering in a TV full of static.
Yeah.
And that's more appealing to me.
It's closer.
Yeah, it's at least closer. Yeah. I can at least but that section was a bummer, like almost every time that I got to it. Liberty Tree, never going back again, though I like the first half of it. It just feels like there's like easy fat to cut,
Easy fat to cut.
I do think I will come back to this, though I do still feel like Strangers in the Alps captured something about her songwriting that, like you, kind of completes the thing for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I like the vocals and I like the lyrics. I like how clever they are. But like you nailed it right out of the park.
Yeah.
And it does kind of feel like we're finding ways to make it more interesting and maybe not better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like it's a really odd thing to try to describe, where you're like, you're doing it and you're doing it good, but like it's not, you're doing it the same,
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. Like that's just like I can appreciate like trying to up the production, like a couple notches and making it different, but at its core, at the foundation, it's
it's three chords and a good melody.
You're not reinventing the graham cracker, The foundation is still, I mean, not the graham cracker, the s'more. The foundation is still a graham cracker,
You haven't replaced it with a new, better
You
cracker.
haven't replaced it with like a Pop-Tart or something.
That would be
That would
awesome.
be
It's like you kind of say you are, but you're not. It's still a graham cracker, I don't know if that makes any sense.
Totally, dude. Nailed
So
it.
mine's a 7.5 is what I was
7.5.
thinking.
Okay, wow, I didn't expect me to give the highest score. That is a 7.0.
I think that's a don't reinvent the s'more, hell yeah.
like the Pop-Tart s'more.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's still mostly a s'more.
It's still mostly a s'more.
Wow.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
like I felt like a little conflicted with it.
Yeah.
Like there are parts of it that I like very much.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did have kind of some of the similar feelings that you did. There's times where the Antonoff got to me, but mostly it feels like it's
The
avoided.
Antonoffian stuff that was
Yeah.
going
And
on.
there's also a thing like I don't know, so anything I didn't like, I was like, it's probably Jack. That's probably fucking Antonoff getting his mitts all over there. Couldn't be my beloved Alex
It
G.
couldn't be Alex
No.
G. Dude.
No, dude.
No, I didn't even think about Antonoff being on this until like I listened a whole way through, and I was like, who the fuck wrote on this? And I saw like Antonoff was on every track. I was like, oh
fuck.
well, there's the culprit. It wasn't anyone else. It wasn't any of the 30 other guys.
Yeah, it certainly wasn't Lee Hutson
It
or
wasn't
whatever.
Lee Hutson.
It was like-
not Alex
I
G.
see the Antonoff fingerprints
Yeah.
all over the parts I don't like.
I was honestly a little bit disappointed with how little Alex G I like felt on this. I wanted more Alex G, you know?
Yeah, I thought the parts that I think of when I think of him, like those big glitchy moments,
Yeah.
or like certain ones that would start atmospheric and strange.
Yeah.
I was like, yes, that's really cool.
Yeah, I guess that is like new Alex G if you think about it.
Yeah. But it would be cool to hear her do something kind of the way that Alex G does. It's like more like patchworky.
Yeah,
You
like
know what I mean?
Like with a dirty guitar, like dirty sounding guitar, and I don't know. Like Alex G is another guy that kind of like has like a core foundation every single time he writes, puts out an album or writes music. But I feel like he's changed up his formula enough, Like just thinking about like shit that was on like Rocket,
Yeah,
like
like
that
Brick.
like that stuff is really weird and different.
But it's also she's at a place where I don't think she can really take those level risks.
Probably not.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, people like her for her. Like, I get
Yeah.
it. Like, she's a great lyricist. There's great lyrics on this record. It's kind of hard. I'm not even like that much of a lyric guy, but it's hard to ignore the lyrics on her records. It's like this one or any of them. Even Punisher.
Yeah, and we didn't talk about the lyrics a lot, but I did feel like there was a bit more maturity. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like we have almost talked about it, like in parody of like the Piggly Wiggly or
Yeah.
your dad's van, Van Halen.
There's a
tape.
little bit of that.
There's a little bit of that, but it's more grown up and like it feels like specific and lived in.
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. I would agree.
Lost weekend feels like I lost a whole weekend listening to this goddamn thing. You know what I mean?
Damn,
Lost the
did it.
whole weekend.
Hit 'em.
Yeah. Yes. Okay, let us know what you. All right, let us know what you thought in the comments. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok for podcast clips and comedy skits. Get the shirt in the description and subscribe on Patreon. $5 a month to become a quitter. Bonus episodes every Sunday. We're gonna be shooting the shit this Sunday, so go over and listen to us talk about. We're gonna be like covering the news.
Queens of the Stone
Age. Tyga's AI album. Pat McAfee's Jelly Roll album.
Wish you wished was AI. We actually did
was
that
it?
shit.
The cover for sure is.
I don't know. We'll get into it. Possibly me talking shit on a relative of mine that runs a festival in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that.
We'll get into it. Thanks for being here. It's 7.0 Pop-Tart s'more. Hell yeah. For
Dude,
Phoebe Bridgers last
what?
weekend. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.